Hey everyone, and welcome to today's craft video. I hope you're all well and you had a wonderful weekend. If you're new here, I hope you enjoy my channel. If you do, it'd be great if you could subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you for your continued support as always. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to leave a comment. So I came up with this idea because I wanted to use some of the scraps that I had left over from other projects. So everything that I've used is stuff that's left over from other projects that was in my craft room. And yeah, let's get into today's video. So the first thing I'm using is one of the Poundland circle mirrors. These are in the wedding section and I had one left over from a while ago. So I'm also going to be using an old cardboard box as the base for the frame of the mirror. I'm using some pearl garland, which I get from Poundland, and I also use some pearl embellishments and some diamante gems from Poundland. Some wool that I picked up from Poundland. This is in like a pale green, and then these are just bits of leaves and flowers that I had left over from other projects that I ended up getting from my market that I pay £1 a bunch for. I was going to use this hoop as a template for the base of the frame, but it's not big enough, so I'm just going to shove that to one side, and I need to find something to draw around for a circle in a bit, and let's get into it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to draw the frame for the mirror on the cardboard. So I have a hat box lid. It's 35 centimeters in diameter, and that's what I'm going to use as my template for my base. So I'm just going to draw around this with a pen and I'll be back. And then in the middle, I drew around the frame. I measured it to make sure that it was right, and it's 5.5 centimeters from each side. So it's spot on in the center. So I've cut out the outside and now I need to cut out the middle. But what I want to do is I want to leave about 1 centimeter on each side of where we drew around the mirror. And this is because we need to be able to stick the mirror to it. So I don't want to do it where we've drawn the line because it won't fit. We need an overlap of the card. So I'm just going to cut that out with a craft knife, leave about 1 centimeter edge, and I will be back. So I've cut out the center. It doesn't have to be neat because we're going to be covering it anyway with the mirror once we glue it in. But now I'm going to cover our cardboard ring with the wool. I'm just using a bit of hot glue that I'm just going to stick the end in. And then all I'm going to do is wrap the wool around the card, and I'm just going to make sure that it's nice and tight. And then make sure that it's lying next to the piece that we've just put down, making sure that we don't leave any gaps. And then I'm just going to continue to wrap the wool all the way around the whole ring, and then once I get to the end I will just snip it off and use a bit of hot glue to glue it into place. I'm going to put something good on the TV and watch that while I do this, and yeah, I will see you once it's done. So I've completely covered the ring now, and now I'm going to glue the mirror in place. I'm just going to pop a bit of toilet kitchen roll over the top of the mirror just so that the light's not shining into it, because I do have a light above it and obviously my phone which I'm filming on. So I'm just going to add a decent amount of glue around the outside of the mirror, and then I'm going to glue it into the center of the ring. And then once that's in place and dry, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of the pearl garland around the edge of the mirror. And again, I'm just going to pop some glue on the wool and then work my way around until I've got to the other side. So now the pearl garland's in place, we can start to add the leaves. I'm going to speed up the video and I'll talk through what I did, but I'm going to basically do the same all the way around except from the top. I've got 4 large leaves that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to put these on each of the sides, so one at the top and one at the bottom, and then each side as well. And this will be our start of our flowers and leaves. So I've just had all these spare leaves and flowers that I've had in carrier bags from leftover projects, and I thought, you know what, I need to use these up. So this was why I decided to do this today. So now I'm just going to pop some of these larger, darker green leaves, and I'm just going to make sure that I've got one each side of the leaves that we've just put in. And I don't want to completely cover all the wool that we've just put in place, so I'm making sure that there is a gap. So now I've put all the darker large leaves in place, I'm going to add some more of these light green ones, and I'm just going to place them where the 2 dark leaves join, and I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. And then I've got some leftover longer thin leaves, and I'm just going to put 2 in each of the gaps that we've got between the light green leaves, like so. And I'm just going to glue them in place and work my way around. And I'm just using a tiny little bit of hot glue at the ends, and then just placing them underneath the dark green leaves, like so. So now I've done all that, I'm going to add some flowers. I've only got 3 of these white flowers left, so I'm going to put something at the top instead. I've got 2 of these left, so that's what's going to go at the top. And then I'm going to add 1 flower each side and 1 at the bottom. So I'm just going to cut off the back, make sure that I put quite a lot of hot glue on, and then stick them in place. So now that the top bits are in place and the large white flowers are in place, I'm just going to add some of these white blossoms in the base of the green leaves that are left. So just 1 at each one. Like so. And then now I'm going to make something for the top. So I've done these before when I made some Christmas decorations, but I'll show you how I did them again. I'm going to measure 11 pearls and then snip a piece off. And then I'm going to measure 7 pearls, again snip, and then another 7 pearls. And then cut that. And then now I'm going to stick 1 of the large diamante gems. These are in the wedding section from Poundland, and I'm just going to glue the pearls to the top of the gem and let it dry. And then I'm going to do that with the other 2 pieces that we've just cut off as well. So I've done them 3, and now I'm going to strengthen them slightly. So all I'm going to do is where the pearls and the gem meet, I'm going to add some glue, and then I'm just going to glue some pearls around the top of the gem. And this is to hide where we glued the 2 together, and also to make it a little bit stronger as well. And I'm going to do that with the other 2 as well, and then let them dry. So that hides where we glued the two together. And then to finish off, I'm just going to glue the longer one in the middle and the two shorter ones on each side. I'm just going to put glue on the top two pearls and then glue them two together. And then again, I'm going to add glue to the top two pearls on the other side and pop the other piece in place. And then to finish off, I'm just going to pop one of the pearl embellishments or braids. Again, these are from Poundland, and I'm just going to stick that to cover where we've just glued everything together. And this is what's going to go in the center at the top of the mirror. So before I put that in place, I'm just going to add one more of the white blossoms. And then I'm just going to stick that at the top of the mirror in the center. So we can add the last finishing touches to around the frame and then it'll be finished, guys. So I've got these left over. These were on some fairy lights that I got from Poundland, and I pulled them off over Christmas because I didn't want them on them. And I'm going to just use these to decorate around the outside. So I'm going to pop two in the center at the top. And then I'll add some more later on, I think. And now I'm going to just add some gypsy grass on the side of each of the blossoms. And again, this is all stuff that's left over from other projects. And I'm just going to pop a piece on each side of each flower. And then to finish off, I'm going to add some more of these little white berries. I don't know what the balls, they're like little balls, like styrofoam balls, but they're actually quite nice. Got like little beads on them. And I'm just going to place one each side of the flowers. And then I'm just going to add some more greenery just because there's too much white on each side. So these are just off a bunch that I got from the market. And I've just cut off a section and I'm just going to glue them underneath each blossom. And then do the same with the other three blossoms. And then to finish off, I'm going to add some more of the gems. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop some glue on the top of the gem. And then I'm just going to push it through the wall into the card so that it sticks. And I'm going to put one near the white balls that we've just put in place. And then the last thing that I did was I turned it over and I just took a short piece of wool and I've just hooked it underneath the wool that we've wrapped around the card, and then tied about 9 or 10 knots in it to make sure that it's strong enough. And this will be what I'll use to hang it up. You won't see it because of the leaf that's in the front. And yeah, let's get it on the wall, guys, and you can see what it looks like. So here it is. I'm over the moon with it, absolutely over the moon with this one. Just because it's all stuff that I kept that could have been thrown away. This is why I never throw anything away, because everything that I've used is stuff that's left over from other crafts. And yeah, really happy with how it looks on the wall, and you don't even have to use it as a mirror. You could use it as a centerpiece and have candles onto it. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, guys, and I will see you on Wednesday for my next craft video. Take care, see you soon, bye.